What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Andrew. Appreciate you joining. Today is Saturday, April 30th, and specifically we're going to focus on what sold over the last 7 days. So back all the way to Saturday, April 23rd. My eBay store is called Cards, Caps, and Games, and that is mostly what sold, as you will see. If you're interested in anything in the store, please feel free to make an offer and make sure you say we know each other from YouTube, Instagram, something like that. I'm more than happy to cut you a deal if you see anything you like. So I'm going to go through here and this is in my store and just the sold listings to give you guys an idea of where I'm picking this stuff up and how much it sold for. So first off, I did buy some Fortnite Series 3 packs. I opened them. I thought about selling them. It's rare that I find much in the way of retail packs. Usually they're all picked through, but I went out yesterday. They were stocked. I opened some packs hoping to find some cracked ice. Long story short, did not find any of the really high-end stuff, but did get some hollow foils. So this one I accepted an offer of around $2. And then also I would point out one thing different from the last time I made one of these videos is the fact that before I was doing 53 cents shipping. I actually have upped my shipping on everything just a little bit, just because it's probably going to go up eventually, but also just to try and offset the cost of some shipping supplies. So technically it's 53 cents if you do an eBay standard envelope, which is cards up to $20. Usually I send them in a top loader, but instead of doing 53, I've done 59 cents and have not really noticed a difference in sales, just to help offset the cost of everything else, because everything else is getting more expensive. So next card is a pretty cheap one, just a Lozano. Not a rookie or anything like that, but this was a card show pickup a while back, just in a bulk lot, and sold for $1.50, so not too bad. This hat I've had sell a couple times, and it just didn't ever get paid for. Finally sold for $1.50, which is not terrible, given that I've been trying to get rid of it, and I'm just trying to liquidate some of the slow-moving stuff. So usually where I buy hats, it ends up being $2 a hat, but chances are the other hats I bought that day probably offset the cost, so just getting our money back on that one. These cards I did accept an offer for, or I sent an offer out and someone accepted it. So with these, I was thinking the Ronaldinho alone would get 10 or 15 bucks, but not quite. I ended up sending out an offer for around $9 and they accepted. I also generally have taken my shipping from $2.99 up to $3.15 just to offset the shipping cost there a little bit. So usually first class ends up running between $3.50 and $4.25. So I try to be on the lower end of shipping there, but now I went up to $3.15 on a lot of my first class. So this was also from some packs I got. I bought some NBA Donrus Packs, and I did get a Josh Giddey green laser, or green and yellow laser rookie card. So the Josh Giddey I'm holding on to. These were a couple in other packs that I just listed up as a lot, as you can tell, because they're both from the Magic. So a lot of times if I open packs and get a few okay cards, nothing crazy, I just list them up as a lot. Now these sold for full asking price almost within an hour or less of listing. So this was Cole Anthony and Wendell Carter Jr. Did not expect them to sell that fast, but they did. This is just from another card show pickup. Both of these actually are from bulk lots. So I got a big stack of these Marvel Vision cards, and they actually have been selling. I'm kind of surprised. I'm one of the only people listing them right now, so maybe that's why they're selling. But this one too sold for the full asking price. I did put it on sale for 15% off, as you can see, but full asking price for that, full asking price for this as well, $276. This was just from a card show pickup, so nothing crazy. Just an optic historic ticket from Iker Casillas. Pretty cool thrift shop find. Again, most hats are $2, so picked it up for $2. I do remember sending out an offer specifically for this one. I think it ended up selling for either like $6 or $7, which is not bad because this covers most of the shipping. So just got rid of that. I'm trying to move, like I was saying, some of the old stuff in my store. So if I get offers for it at this point, I am usually just going to take it. This one also sold within a day or less of listing it. Full asking price, $424. Obviously the Joker, Jokic, is having a really good season. And that's an easy one to sell. That came out of the packs I bought as well. This one I was surprised didn't go for a little more. I put this up for an auction just thinking that maybe I could get a couple people bidding on it. I know that American Girl is a super collectible, but I guess this piece is not quite as collectible, but this is another thrift store pickup. So $2, ended up taking the L on it, but you know, whatever. We got our money back and we'll move on and find some better hats next time. Just trying to liquidate some of the older stuff. This one as well, this was one of the very first cards I ever got graded before I really had any clue what I should be sending to get graded. So given that fact, I probably wouldn't send a base card to get graded anymore. Put this on auction, and we did not get much for it as I expected. But again, anything that's really stale, I'm just, at this point, I'm going to get rid of it, take the money and put it into some better inventory. So this ended up selling for, I think, $7 because the guy that bought this actually bought this as well. So these sold together. Ended up being around $7 or $8 for each of them. I thought I'd get a little more for this Gundogan auto, but I didn't have very much into it. So these two together went to one buyer. Appreciate it for whoever picked that up. This one also sold really quickly. Within 24 hours or less of listing it up. Jared Bowen, kind of makes sense. West Ham is pretty competitive still in the Europa League and has another leg to play against Frankfurt. Just another hat I had picked up, so doubling your money on a hat, not bad. Some old school Pokemon. I probably got these either from buying out some of my friends' old cards or maybe as part of a card show pickup buy. I don't even remember anymore at this point, but I had these listed for a while and I'm very glad to move on from them. Then we got a better hat sale. This one did sell for $8.41, no offer or anything on this one. So like I've been saying, get them for around $2, sell them for $8 to $10 to $12, sometimes even $15 is really good on hats, especially when you get the buyer to pay for the majority of the shipping. A lot of these other soccer cards you're going to see coming up were all bought by one buyer, so this one is the exception. This NFL card went to someone separate and I think sold for $3 or $4, not exactly full asking price, but a best offer and that I accepted. But I remember this Ronaldo, this US Kaká, this Ibrahimovic, the Gascoigne lot, Michael Ballack, Dalglish, another Ballack, some more vintage stuff you'll see, Van Basten, some Spain stickers. That all sold to one buyer, so shout out to that buyer. Appreciate it. That was a 10-item order, and I got that shipped out just earlier today. But that's kind of more where I'm trying to move my store in the direction of is, as by the name, cards, caps, and games. That's really all I'm trying to list, unless I see, occasionally if I see clothes that are brand new with tags, I'll consider it and I will go ahead and buy them. If I see men's clothes specifically, like pants, jeans, or a shirt maybe that's new with tags, because usually that stuff sells really, really fast for me. So if I do find that when I'm out looking around, I will grab it. But in general, these are all picked up either off of eBay or from card shows or from opening packs. But the majority of this big 10-item order was all from opening packs or eBay. Just pickups over the years. Now getting back into some stuff that was more separate buyers. This was actually picked up within the day of listing it as well. I was kind of surprised. Tyrese Maxey, this one's not a surprise at all. He's been tearing it up. So you'll also probably notice a lot of the stuff that's selling right now is all on the 30th, the 29th, the 28th. Usually my store in particular does really well on the weekend just because I'm not really selling like essential goods or daily need goods like clothes or stuff that you'd use every single day. So I've noticed for my store in particular, I tend to do really well Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is a little bit slower, which actually kind of makes sense given what I'm selling. So I've noticed that specifically lately too. I've been doing really well towards the weekend and not so well on the first couple days of the week, but kind of makes sense why if you think about it. This also sold less than 24 hours, super quick. Tyrese Maxey's been playing well. They're still in the playoffs. If they make a deep run, you know, obviously whoever bought that can probably sell it for more than 13 or 14 bucks shipped. This one's kind of an older listing, but sometimes if I have some cards I'm looking through that I'm about to list, if I have two that are similar, but these are way different sets. I mean, this is a 2020 card and a 1990 card, but I lotted them up just because they're both famous players from Liverpool. So that was a pretty decent sale. Match attacks, I usually don't get to sell very well, but this was from either a card show pickup of bulk or something like that, I think. But actually had this sell very, very quickly as well. I was kind of surprised, but I guess because it's more of a foil type card, I'll actually highlight this one just a little bit more. This one is a pretty neat looking card if you look through the bigger pictures, and it was in really good condition as well, but a lot of times match attacks are in not such good shape, so this one had pretty clean edges and corners. That might be why it sold so well, but yeah, so that's kind of an interesting sale because I don't usually do much with match attacks. But moving along, we got some vintage. I remember these two went to the same buyer as well, or well, pre-modern technically here and vintage here. But like I said, I've been seeing more repeat buyers, and usually that is a product of just listing the same thing over and over and over and over is how you'll start to get people not only as repeat buyers, but buying 3, 4, 5, 10 things at a time, especially cards. This one was a good sale as well. Another $2 hat pickup sold for 10 bucks. I was pretty happy with that. It was marked down quite a bit on sale, but hey, if it's $2 and you can get 10, plus they pay the shipping, not bad. This one, not quite as good of a sale, only $4, and I had to pay the shipping on it, but this was a pretty old listing, so happy to get rid of it. This is an example of something I would pick up if I see it brand new. So obviously, as you see by the listing title, these were brand new with tags. Drop them on the carpet right next to me in here, take a picture, boom, those sold pretty easily. Usually I'm picking up pants for, I think they're $4.59, so $4.59 into 23, and then I pay the shipping. Is still not a bad deal, especially if they're new with tags. Usually can get rid of them real quick. And if I show you guys the pictures I usually take, super simple, nothing crazy here. It's just literally on the carpet, flat lay. Nothing crazy. I put some extra measurements in, even though it's new with tags, which I think actually helps. But if you copy something close to this sequence of pictures, I've found it super easy actually to sell new with tags men's clothing, and men's clothing tends to have less returns than women's clothing, so I like to stick with that. And that's if I happen to be at the thrift store and I find some hats, maybe a couple video games. I will take a look through the clothes, because sometimes if there's some newer looking stuff or my size, I'll pick it up and get some just personal use stuff. But that's the story behind selling some pants. This was picked up at a card show a while back. Same with this. A pretty good sale, actually. Didn't think it would sell for this much. But I think, just again, going back to the listings and pictures, I think I'm doing pretty well on some of these, because I put way more pictures than most people and way more detailed pictures. So you might want to consider that if you're listing a lot of cards. You can see I'm putting like the surface and I'm just putting a bunch of different camera angles of everything. So I might suggest, if you feel like you're having some slow sales, for one thing, list more. That definitely helps. But while you're listing more, consider putting more than just a front inside of a case or a sleeve, or more than just a front and a back. If you put a couple surface angles, you're actually going to rank higher as well. If you have a few more pictures, you're going to rank a little better in search. So this is a rookie card, Federico Valverde. No surprise that one sold for a decent amount. He's doing pretty well, and a decent standout prospect for Real Madrid. This was just picked up at a card show, or actually no, this was from, I lied. This is from the Prism Booster Box video, where we opened a Prism Blaster Box from EPL. So that sold for a few bucks, not too bad. This goes back to, like I was saying, some Fleer Marvel Vision. I just got a huge stack of those, and I've been trying to get rid of the singles and list up some Death Pile cards, and I'm glad that sold. Kuminga doing well in the playoffs. Warriors doing well. No doubt that was going to sell. Same with Robert Williams. Steve Young, just a GOAT. Easy sale there, and that was a card show pickup for probably like a quarter, maybe less, but turn it into a couple bucks is not bad. These I usually can get at the thrift shop for $2 a piece, so $2 into almost 14, plus they pay the shipping. Not too shabby. These were Odd World, so I buy video games usually if they're in good shape. I have trouble finding video games in my area, because I think people probably know the managers that are stocking them at the thrift stores or the Goodwills. So I think to get the good scores on video games, you probably have to honestly know the manager and like have their number, or be there the second that they get put on the shelves. Maybe you have better luck in your area on video games. Next up is Malik Monk rookie card. I'm still holding some Malik Monk because I'm high on him, but being that the NBA is still kind of in the limelight right now, I'm offloading some of the lesser cards I have of some of these guys. Some Hyper Prisms, those I packed a long time ago. Some more singles. These are just card show pickups again, but if you can get these for the 25 cent to 50 cent range and sell them for 4 or 5, even up to like $10, it really does add up after a while. And you can see most of these sales up until now, those were all April 28th, 29th, and 30th, which, like I said, I usually do the best in my store on the weekends. So continuing on, just some kind of basic stuff. This was a card show pickup from Winston-Salem. This one was a mall card show pickup at Desmond Bain. It makes sense he would sell right now, given that the Grizzlies are having a playoff run. Now, this one actually caught me by surprise. I was really happy with this sale. I picked this one up in Winston-Salem as well. And if I scroll a little closer up, I mean, you can see there's definitely some surface wear on this card. It's not in mint condition, but this is a reprint of a Julius Erving rookie card. So the actual Squires card, is reprinted from, I guess, Topps really early on, like a 1960, 1970 Topps. This is actual rookie. So this is a Topps finest chrome variation, and it really was not even in perfect condition, but I guess this is pretty rare. This was one that I picked up in Winston-Salem as well for like pennies on the dollar. I don't know, 25 to 50 cents. But I included a lot of super detailed photos, and I was actually pretty stoked with the sale price on that. So almost $20, and this was another one that sold within 24 hours of listing it. I could not believe how much that sold for. So this one alone kind of made my Winston-Salem couple-hour drive down, couple-hour drive back really worth it, just to value box a $20 card. That always makes me happy. Then just some more basic stuff. This one I was really happy with. So a $2 hat that was new with tags sold for almost 20 bucks, and they paid the shipping. So I can find a lot of Virginia Tech stuff usually just because I'm in the area of Salem, Roanoke, Blacksburg, Christiansburg. So it's not too hard to find Virginia Tech stuff because Virginia Tech is located in Blacksburg. Some more Tyrese Maxey, just to give you guys an idea. Anytime I've listed a Tyrese Maxey card, it's sold within either hours or a day of listing it. So if you have your Tyrese Maxey stuff, people are super high on that right now. That is for sure. Another clothing listing, like I said, it's men's clothing. It's new with tags, and if I see it while I'm out, I will grab it. This one was a great sale. Jeans are, I think, around $6 or $7 where I pick them up at the Thrift. So 6 or 7 into 27 plus they pay shipping. I usually just use the flat rate envelopes that are $7.52 to ship, so that is not bad. Even come out like 40 cents ahead on the shipping. Not bad at all. And then we have a MetaZoo card. I just have a stack of these that I'm listing up as well as time goes on. More new with tags pants, so you guys can see the theme. It's got to be men's clothing, new with tags, but if I see it, and usually if I can sell it in the $20 to $30 range plus shipping, I am super happy with that. And I think I accepted, this one was a best offer. This was probably around 15 or 17 bucks all said and done, but not a bad sale at all there. Kind of random here on these. I was surprised these sold, but they did. Finally getting back closer to April 23rd. This one was a disappointing one. This one did sell. I accepted a best offer. I won't say how low I went, but I went pretty low. Not gonna lie, I went pretty low under the comps, or well, not so much necessarily the comps, but under my asking price. So someone did send me an offer. I went ahead and took it because the stuff that I subbed in this 5-card SGC sub, you might have seen me talking about some on Instagram, but I'm trying to move it and get some other stuff graded. So I did accept an offer pretty low, underneath 225, but I did relist this, so if anyone's interested in this Saka, it is pop 2, super low pop, and probably, you know, there are more gold reactives out there, but people know about Saka, so I think these are going to be getting, you know, graded as time goes on, but they're also pretty scarce because people know Saka is a hype prospect. So if you guys go back into my store, I have it listed for less than this right now, and I will take an offer. If anyone's interested or a huge Arsenal or England fan, feel free, but this ended up not getting paid for, long story short, and I relisted it, so hopefully we can get that moved this week sometime. As we get closer to April 23rd, which would be a week from today. This one I sold for about $5. Cam Chancellor rookie card. Sariksan hat. This is a golf type of golf club or irons. I'm not totally familiar, but I know it's a pretty good golf brand. This one sold on auction and did a little bit better. So almost $7 on that one plus shipping. Still on April 23rd, a couple VHSs. These are 50 cents. So not a terrible sale, but I had to pay $3 or so for shipping. Medium mail. We had a Roanoke County hat, which you can see I'm wearing a Roanoke hat right now myself. Sold for almost $9 with free shipping. Another one of these Marvel Vision cards. Again, I've been surprised with how many of these have been selling, but hey, we'll take it. Billie Eilish, that's an easy $2 or $3 pickup, flipped for about $8. And then finally, that brings us to April 22nd. I'll just touch on these last two real quick. These were auctions. I was pretty disappointed with the final sale on this Pulisic, but with auctions, you win some, you lose some, you get your cash flow going, but stuff definitely does not sell for as much as it probably should. Now, I will say this one had a pretty noticeable scuff on the slab, so that's also why I was okay for letting it go. I called it a small scuff. It was maybe a small to medium, to be honest, but I put a ton of pictures, so you could definitely tell what it was. So a little lower than I would have hoped on that, and kind of disappointing, but same with this one as well. Alan Minter. This set, Vin Orlandis, also includes Muhammad Ali, Jack Nicklaus, Pele. You saw that we also sold a Vin Orlandis, Kenny Dalglish in this video, so that's actually a set I'm pretty high on, but I went ahead and moved it so I can hopefully get some more stuff graded. But moral of the story, oftentimes auctions are going to really only sell for probably like 60 to 80% of what you could actually hope for, so I didn't pay a lot for that Pulisic card and probably ended up coming close to breaking even, but long story short, as I said, I would probably have hoped to get more like maybe, I was hoping for more like the $40 to $60 range maybe realistically, but that's okay. Sometimes you just got to take your money off the table, put it back into something that you can move faster, and live to sell another day. So if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, please drop a like and or a comment and let me know. I'm happy to do these. The last time we did this was at the end of the month last month. Maybe we'll make it a once a month type deal, or maybe every couple weeks or something. But like I said, if you did enjoy, please hit a like. I will try to do some more of these. And if you can think of anything that I missed or anything that I could do better, I'm always trying to learn. So please feel free to drop a comment and let me know, as I would be happy to improve my store. So again, if you want to check it out, the link will be down below, and the name is just Cards, Caps, and Games, all with an underscore in between on eBay. So appreciate you guys checking out this video, and see you next time.